Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Revolgy webinar. Today we will be talking about Google Cloud and OCRE framework. And I hope that we will show how your organization from research or education environment can use Google Cloud within the OCRE framework. My name is Bob Dohnal. I'm coming from Revolgy, a Google partner. I'm a founder of the company. We have here also my colleague Vlad. Hello, Vlad.
Hello, Bob. Hello, Petra.
And we also have here Petr Dupak from Google, who is responsible for higher education and academic and research in Central and East Europe. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Bob. Hello, Bob. Hello, Vlad.
Okay, so thank you for joining our webinar. Please, a couple of comments from my side. We are still we are broadcasting from Czech Republic, especially from Prague. I'm at my home with my family, with my kids. So if there would be any kind of noise you would hear from my background, so those are probably my kids doing some things which they shouldn't be doing, even though I instructed them, or any other occurrence might happen unplanned. So please keep in mind that and bear with us. Additional comments, this webinar is being recorded. If you would suddenly need to go anywhere and need to see the rest of the webinar, you will receive the recording link. And if you have any questions during our broadcasting, please do not hesitate to ask on YouTube in the comments. The questions and comments goes directly to our studio, and we can answer them at the end of the webinar. So what we will talking today and what you can learn today. The first topic is about the OCRE framework, what it is, what it is not, how you can use it, and what kind of services out of Google Cloud you as an organization can use. What are the benefits? What is actually the process, how you can start using it? There is some kind of steps which are needed. And at the end, absolutely important information when and how you can actually start. So without any other ado, let's start on the first topic. What is the OCRE Cloud Framework and how does it work?
Cool. Thank you for the introduction, Bob. A few words about myself as well. I'm Vlad, and I'm part of the sales Revolgy team, and I had the opportunity to be part of this project and process together with the OCRE and Jant organization. So it has been a long process that took almost 1 year, and we are definitely proud to be part of it. So if you can go to the next slide, Bob. It's important for all the audience to understand a bit what were the key objectives behind this project. There are mainly 3 pillars that were taken into consideration in order to accelerate the cloud adoption in all the European research communities. The project itself focused on connecting, let's say, the skilled cloud suppliers like Revolgy with all the research institutions and higher education institutions. I mean, with you, our audience. We work together with Jant in order to set up a framework, and we really hope that this will help you avoid any kind of bureaucratic barriers by preparing in advance all kind of contracts and needs for both sides. And nevertheless, it was meant to support all the institutions and the research organizations from the very beginning to have access to these cutting-edge technologies. It's not something that we are saying. This is also mentioned by the OCRE promoters, as you can see on this slide. And if we can go to the next slide, just to present a bit the key entities that were part of this tender. As you can see here, the coordinator is the OCRE itself. It's like open cloud for research environments. They are from the behalf of European Research and Education Networks, as they are called the NRENs, and they are representing a consortium of partners which includes the Trust IT, REA groups, and definitely Jant. Jant Networks basically has the role to interconnect all the national research and education networkings like ENET and AMRES to each other, and for sure to connect them with the right cloud supplier. Google Cloud, I think it's obvious for everybody, is basically one of the most important cloud providers on the market. It's basically the entire infrastructure that sets at the basics of all the Google services that we are all using and the end users. And these are basically the type of the services that you can use for your research programs. And Revolgy has been appointed as an official reseller and partner for all the Google services. And we are going to support all the projects in Estonia for EENet and the ones from Serbia. Now we can go to the next one to give you more details about how basically Google Cloud works and what it brings to you.
Okay, this is my part. So let's talk briefly about what Google Cloud actually is and what are the benefits of using Google Cloud. There are, many things have been said about the cloud generally. I have to say that last 12 to 14 months, because of the COVID pandemic, actually changed significantly the perception of the cloud itself and how it can actually help organizations. And many organizations which just started considered a year ago that their cloud might be option for them. From our experience, they are currently already in the cloud is a must. So they are really looking forward how quickly they can adopt the cloud technologies. And let's talk about, what is the point here. So the first is the ease of use. So might sound like a marketing jargon, but the truth is with the Google Cloud that it's super simple and super easy to actually maneuver through all the services. It automatically scales, and it enables you as an organization and you as a customer to actually automate a lot of tasks which needs to be done, and we as a partner can help you with such automation. There is also an option to click to deploy. So we as a partner, or you with your skilled people, can prepare your environments which you can repeatedly use and replicate among your projects. So you don't have to do everything for a new project from scratch. So let's pretend that, for example, you have some grant projects which is for like 2 or 3 years, and you exactly know that you would be running a couple of compute tasks or storage tasks which you need to replicate, every other month or every other quarter, and we can do a full automation for you. As we know that the cloud is about scaling and automation, and it can really expand as you need to use it and your requirements and your needs are growing. There's also embedded optimization for spend. So as you are using the cloud from Google, all the resources are automatically optimized for the usage, which means that you are instantly receiving a better and better price for what you are using. So the flexibility, the ease of use, the scalability, and also the cost and how you can optimize the cost. Those are the key elements of Google Cloud which you can use within your education and research environment. Using it, in this world, it's super important to understand and know what is actually the security about such environment. So if you decide that you would put your research data, maybe about some patients or citizens, or your education data about your students and teachers, and you decide that you would put it on a Google Cloud, you need to be sure that all environments where those data will be stored and used for the computation analysis is actually secure. So the environment needs to be 100% secure. And Google is one of the best providers for the cloud security, I would say. So on the map, what you can see, the dots are the data centers and location where you can choose your data to be stored. The lines in between is basically a direct connection between those data centers, and all those lines are privately owned by Google, which means that Google is not renting these lines. They are not shared with other network operators or cloud providers. Those are 100% owned by Google, which means those are completely private. So once you decide that you will put your data and workload on Google Cloud, it means that you are basically operating within the super secured 100% private network, which means it's not running on the public internet. Even though we're calling the offering a public cloud, it doesn't mean that it's running on public internet. It's really within the private network. and also for the data protection and security by default. Google is a leader in technology regarding security. All these technologies which is Google is using for their own services, like Gmail, YouTube, where we are streaming right now, the search and everything, those security principles and those security technologies are built in within Google Cloud Platform as well. But it might be just our sales pitch or marketing pitch. So you need, as a customer, an evidence. You need a concrete document, an audit document, which would confirm that what we are saying and what Google is doing is actually compliant with the these days standards for security and privacy. Here is a list of top ISO certificates and other certificates and audits and compliance from Google side towards all the regulations among the Europe, United States, globally, America, and etc. All these documents are available online for you as a customer. So once you sign up for the customer, you have access to all these documents anytime during the day and night. So we as a partner will also help you with the guidance through these documents to actually be sure that whatever you're putting on Google Cloud is secure and compliant with the regulation regarding security and privacy. Another feature which I would like to discuss is the advanced technologies, especially about artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities. So when we are talking about cloud technologies, Google Cloud technologies for research or education environments, we're usually not talking about some legacy workload like running a basic application or database. It might be used for that as well, but we're usually looking into opportunities to actually use advanced services out of Google Cloud to help you achieve your goals within your education or research projects faster and cheaper with much better results. And this is exactly where Google Cloud is best positioned, because it's combination of like super computing power and storage on one side. On this other side, there are super artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities when you can easily join these together. We will show it on the next slide, where this is like these are the blocks which you can use out of Google Cloud to actually create advanced solutions and use those technologies within your research or education projects. So I will not go through each of these icons. It would be too long for us. But let's say one example here. So you have tons of images, let's say out of your analyzers or any other machine within your laboratory, and you want to analyze them in scale. So you are getting these images like in terabytes or gigabytes per week, and you need to analyze them. So you can combine these advanced services from AI and machine learning space together with typical storage or typical machine computing power processing, and combine these together with automation, which I was describing at the beginning, and we can help you to build this pipeline. So all the images, as you are producing them within your research project, are being stored by default and directly to the Google Cloud, to the cloud storage. Then the compute engine would take them and analyze them with artificial intelligence or machine learning principles, which we designed together. And then you are getting instantly the data out of those images to be stored in, for example, BigQuery, which is a database from Google for big data. We will see it in the next slide. And then you are getting and paying only for what you are storing and using there. So you don't have to invest anything upfront. You don't need to buy like big storages for your local IT or servers or super expensive software, but you can start using this from day zero. So that was just an example. There is tons of other services beside the image processing, or using the image processing and image analysis just for like pictures or photo. You can use it also for documents and extract an OCR text out of those documents, and dozens of other examples. So that was just one of the cases which we can build together. Storage flexibility is very important, because from our experience, education and research project, the research projects specifically, are usually handling with really a large amount of data. And this is the storage flexibility offering from Google. And you can use and choose or use an even combination of these services from particular area. in-memory database, relational database, no SQL, warehouse databases, object, block, or file. Depends on your actual need, your project, and what would be the best for you. We, as a partner, together with engineers from Google, will help you to identify what is the best combination of the storage services and which would help you the best. So you don't need to worry about anything like, I don't understand these services, or I don't know what are the pros and cons of each of these. This is exactly the role of us as a partner, together with engineers from Google. So that was a couple of examples and the benefits why research and education organizations are actually choosing Google Cloud Platform as their environment for running extensive workloads. And we can be talking about that in much deeper and longer, but let's continue with the topic regarding the OCRE framework itself. So, Vlad.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. So for sure, you might be wondering what are the benefits, right, of all of this and how you can basically access those services. What is different comparing to a normal commercial customer? Well, we try to facilitate this as much as possible, and we try to come in your support, in your help. And the main pillars of this project was, first of all, to provide a streamlined procurement process. We know that you might have a lot of requirements, regulatory requirements, as you have seen previously in the slides, and this is what we try to mitigate from the very beginning. So we stayed together with the Jean team and the OCRE team, and we created a framework agreement which has been already signed by us as a partner, and it can be ready to use. Then for sure, there is the financial aspect, right? You might be at the very beginning, don't know how to deal with the price, because there is a change of perspective from start guessing the capacity and trying to do huge investments in data centers or co-location facilities versus an OPEX approach where you can start immediately your project. So if you want tomorrow to do a data analytics project, you can do it immediately. We can create for you a GCP account, and basically your engineers or researchers can start working on that. But we try to do this in a, let's say, better and more efficient way. And in the same time, we try to leverage some financial benefits for you. And you can see here only the most important ones: the waived ingress and egress traffic. So this is the full support from Google, because comparing to the on-prem traditional IT, in Google, especially the traffic for the networking is a paid one, but Google is basically supporting this for you, comparing to the commercial customers. Plus, there is even by default a discount that is provided by Google for all the type of the services that you would like to use. Either if we are discussing about compute engine, and you saw the families presented by Bob earlier, either if we are discussing about the storage possibilities that you might have. Also, there is a commitment from us as a partner in order to support you with even higher volume discounts and special hourly rates provided by us as a partner, because you might need at some point the support of a reliable and trusted partner directly by Google. And this goes to the last pillar, and then I will come back a bit to the free trials. This is basically our role, to guide you from the very beginning and to make sure not only that we are supporting you in your adoption to the cloud, but also be together with you during the entire journey that you are having on the cloud. And last but not least, we care about your people. We want to share that knowledge with you and transfer this knowledge to your people, so they will be able to be even more agile and run their projects on their own without necessarily needing this kind of guidance from us. And for this, Google has already some research programs in place. We can allocate from the very beginning some credits to you. We can leverage the free trials on dedicated platforms like Coursera or Quick Labs. And for sure, there are some academic credits that you can get. And when it comes to the process, Bob, if you can help me with the next slide. The process itself is very, very easy. We already managed to cover some of the steps. Imagine that if tomorrow you would like to basically have your own GCP account today you can, I don't know, just go online on the Google Cloud Console, open your account, but for sure you will need to deal with a lot of legal aspects, and probably you don't have the necessary guidance in order to do that by yourself. So the first part is already done. We signed the framework agreements with the Estonian and REN, the ENET and AMRES to be able to provide these services for you. And we only need to focus on your project. The only thing that we will need to do is to have a discovery with your team and put all the requirements of your project into a call-off agreement that will give us the possibility to focus immediately on the project and not lose time on this kind of legal, operational, and financial aspects. And once these prerequisites are set, we can officially kick off the project and start producing some real value for the people and for the world. This last slide shows exactly how the cooperation works. So while Revolgy helps you with the administration and choosing the right technical solution, your role is basically to help us understand a bit the requirements so we can provide you the guidance. You will still be the owner of the project. We are here only to support and supervise your activity when it comes to the infrastructure related topics. For the data, you will always be the responsible. So it's up to you how you would like to value the data and run the research programs. We also have some use cases. You can see on the next slide, please, Bob. The Broad Institute. This is basically a healthcare institution in researching that needed a reliable and very powerful solution to compute all their data. They for sure used Google Cloud Compute Engine, and you saw that there are different families depending on the type of compute that you need. It can be memory optimized or power optimized or even storage optimized. They use cloud storage, multiple type of storages depending on the lifecycle policies of the data, and for sure some native cloud life science APIs. And we also have another use case here that is more focused on the collaboration and let's say real-time collaboration. Basically, they use Google Workspace so they can be able to edit documents in real time in order to help the people, the students, and the teachers and professors to connect to each other and have a more and better streamlined process of communication. So this is what Google does in a nutshell, and we will be more than happy to discuss even more about this. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thank you for the success stories. I would just comment, there is hundreds of organizations from research and education, from education even thousands or 10,000s. Really a big number of customers who are already an organization using Google Cloud, either in a way of Google Workspace, formerly known as a G Suite, or Google Apps, which is the free offering from Google for education institutions to actually run their communication and collaboration platform internally, but also they're using the Google Cloud in a way of computing power, storage, artificial intelligence, and others. So please, just be sharing here these two customers. There's tons of other which you can find on the internet. And if you would need a case study or reference customer, particularly from your environment, do not hesitate to go to us, reach us, and we will be happy to give you even in touch with these customers and how they are benefiting and what they are actually using in Google Cloud. So how you can actually reach us? We have dedicated teams for each of the countries. So there is a Vladimir Jelic for Serbia, Christian Jogiste for Estonia. So he is those names and contacts. There is an email especially built for communication regarding OCRE. So please send us an email about anything you would be interesting. Send it to the ocre@revolgy.com, and we would be super happy to assist you. So that would be from the presentation part. Now let's continue with the questions and answers. So I will read a couple of those which came here, and we can answer those. And Peter, if you have any other question or you would like to comment, please do not hesitate. I think we can turn off the slides because there's just Q&A saying on the slide. So let's turn it off. And so I'll start with or Peter, do you want to comment?
Maybe I would like to ask you one question. Bob, if you can sum up why Revolgy, why your company?
Okay, thank you. So it was the question which we prepared up front, so I'm ready for that. But I'm usually trying to tweak the answer a bit. So I'm trying to always to be a bit original in this answer. But we started with the cloud journey. 10, 11 years ago. The company I founded is 25 years old. We're turning the anniversary this year. And for ages, we were working with not with just the commercial institutions and commercial organizations, but also with education and research institutions from academic sphere, etc. And when we started with the cloud, and especially with the Google Cloud, we saw an immediate requirements and need from this space. I mean, from education and research to actually utilize the cloud, because the cloud for them, for this particular segment of the customers, has a huge benefit. So we're working with this space for more than 10 years, beside of the commercial organization. Me personally, I really like working on these research and education projects. And beside of this, that I like it or we have experience, we also have 65 people. We have more than 30 engineers certified for Google Cloud, and we have almost 2,000 reference customers. We deployed and helped them to go Google, as we are saying, to start using Google Cloud Servicing and benefiting out of the modern technologies among more than 25 countries as well. So we operate in the region which we called B2B, means Baltics to Balkan. So this Central Europe is that's our territory.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for the question. So I'll read the questions here. Is it possible to join OCRE project and use Google Cloud also for PhD students project, or is just for institution infrastructure purpose?
I'll maybe take it. So definitely there are programs dedicated to the PhD students that we can access for you. So first of all, if they are not part of an organization that is in relationship with EENet or AMRES, we can work with the PhD students directly. We can create, let's say, a GCP account, and we can help them with some credits. On the other hand, if there is something that is coordinated from the higher education institutions directly, I think we can help them even more, because at that point we can bring the Google resources as well together with our delivery team and try to understand better the needs that you might have. And when it comes to the second one, if we will help you to set up everything, that's for sure. We are here to provide you guidance from the very, very beginning, from basically the first stage. And you will have support from the creation. You will have dedicated onboard session together with our customer success managers, just to make sure that you are accessing the services in the right way.
Okay, thank you for that. I'll comment on this topic as well. I think it's really important for organizations and for the customer to understand that our goal is to actually help you to learn and understand how you can use Google Cloud, or how you can use cloud technologies and benefit out of them. So our training first approach is about helping you to learn, get the understanding how you can do it on your own. And it's not about that we would be doing something like a black box. It's really about to help you to understand and enable you to work with the Google Cloud. So this is the set of activities we are running, exactly as Vlad described. So we will help you to actually go the Google Cloud, as we are saying.
Okay.
So if there's no any other question, if you're not receiving anything from YouTube, I would like to thank you all for the participation. Thank you all the participants who are watching us online on YouTube. And even in future, if you have questions, contacts are on our website or in the description section of the YouTube video. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.